All praise is due to Allah. Peace and blessings be upon His Messenger and upon all those who follow His divine message. Dear brothers, we praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He brought us back to offer the Friday congregation prayer. We praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we are all healthy and enjoying our health and our iman and coming together again for our congregation. We are living in our life within the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His qada. We can go nowhere between these two things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make the qadr that everything in this universe will go according to it. And His qada, when He completed His qadr, whatever He did in His qadr will happen. Nothing can change the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We recite on almost every Friday Surah Al-Kahf. And in Surah Al-Kahf, there are a few verses that talk about the qadr, about how to understand the qadr. And we can see that in the story of Musa alayhi salam, when he went to see the pious person, the servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that He provided him with the deep knowledge of qadr, the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Musa alayhi salam asked that man to follow him. He told him, "You cannot bear with me. How can you bear something that you don't have experience with?" Understanding the qadr is very difficult because we only work with things that we see, something tangible. We touch and we see. The qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is something to deal with the unseen. That's why that pious person told Musa alayhi salam, "You cannot bear with me." However, Musa alayhi salam insisted, and that man agreed. He told him that if you ask me after certain times, we stop our journey. And he agreed. They went together. They came into a ship, a boat. And once they on board, that pious person cracked the ship. He made it damaged. He made a damage in the ship. Musa alayhi salam was surprised. "Did you break it so the people will drown?" He said, Did I not tell you that you cannot bear with me?" Musa alayhi salam said, "Sorry, we continue." So they continued. In their journey, in their way, they found a little boy. That pious man killed that boy. And Musa alayhi salam was astonished. He told him, "Did you kill an innocent person for no reason? This is something unacceptable." He told him, "Did I not tell you that you cannot bear with me?" Then they continued the last one. They went to a village. They were hungry. They asked people to give them something to eat. They refused them. In their way, there was a wall that was about to fall down. And that pious person went and restructured that wall. He mended that wall. And again, Musa was surprised. The people in this village refused to give us food. And you are building a wall for them free of charge. You could have asked for a wage for that. He told him, "Did I not tell you that you cannot bear with me? This is the end of it." Then he explained to him what was the reason for all of that. He said that the ship belongs to a poor people who work in the sea. And I wanted to damage it. Why? Because there is a king that he used to confiscate any ship that is on the sea. So when the king will come to this ship, he'll find it damaged, he will leave it. So the people will mend their ship and continue working with it. The second case, little boy, said that this boy belonged to a family who are a believing family, a good family. However, this boy, in the future, he'll turn into a monster. And he will make their life miserable. So I did that, killed him, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted to compensate them with a better replacement, with a better kid, to relieve them from that headache that's going to disturb their life. And the last one, that wall, belongs to two little kids. Their father was a good person, and they are still too young. Underneath that wall, there is a treasure. If that wall falls down, the treasure will be exposed. And because they are little kids, they cannot defend their treasure. So I wanted to restructure that wall so that when those two kids grow, they will come and get their treasure. He told him, I haven't done that from my own. This was the order of my Lord. And this is the interpretation of the things that you couldn't bear with me. Now, what is the wisdom of that? What can we see in what happened? The first case, for the people of the ship, or the owners of the ship, they were sad a little bit when their ship was damaged. However, after that, they were too happy that their ship was safe and wasn't taken by the king. So for them, was it good or bad? Definitely, it was good, and they appreciated that. They were happy that their ship was damaged, so it wasn't taken altogether. So this is one case of qadr. It was good, and the people felt that it was good. The second case, that little kid was killed. His family, definitely they went sad, and they will continue sad maybe to the rest of their life. However, that sadness is less than that boy growing up and disturbing their life all the time. Because if somebody dies, the first few months or a few years, they will be sad. Then after that, they forget. Especially when they have a replacement. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestowed on them with another kid. So definitely with time, they forgot about the one who died. However, they did not know the wisdom of that. They know that their kid was killed for no reason, and they went like any other family. They were sad for the loss in the family. However, in reality, that was good for them. And the last case, the children, they don't know who built that wall for them. Even they didn't know that the wall was going to fall. And in the right time, they came to the wall, knocked it down, and took the treasure. So they knew nothing about the qadr. They knew nothing about that somebody restructured that wall for them to keep the treasure underneath. And they came and took the treasure. Everything is normal for them. However, that was a plan from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the plan that was hidden. So we have three cases. A plan, you feel sad, then happy after that. A plan, you feel sad, however less sad than not having that event happening. And the last one, you feel everything is going normal. However, that normal thing was a plan of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this is the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some people feel angry. Some people feel happy. Some people think that things are going in the normal way without any plan. And at the end, everything is planned by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make His plans in our favor of all the Muslims everywhere, and to make the end for every Muslim the best, and that will lead to Jannah, inshallah. ادعوا الله وأنتم موقنون بالإجابة. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله ومن والاه. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم، وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Dear brothers, as we see, the qadr was implemented by that pious man. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the plan, and He gave the unseen knowledge for that pious person, and He implemented the qadr. Many aspects of qadr are implemented by the soldiers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَا يَعْلَمُ جُنُودَ رَبِّكَ إِلَّا هُ. No one knows the soldiers of Allah except He Himself. The angels are the soldiers of Allah, and they carry out duties that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made His qadr about them. We as a human being are also supposed to be the soldiers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we should take our part in implementing what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted us to implement. Any creature in this universe is a soldier of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even the virus, the bacteria, the animals in the jungles, the birds, the snakes, the insects, all these are soldiers of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They have no choice but to implement the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Only human beings have the freedom that they can, in some way or another, encounter the qadr. How can we encounter the qadr? By dua. By dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As the Prophet ﷺ taught us, لا يرد القدر إلا الدعاء. Nothing can prevent the qadr except dua. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make our qadr good, and to divert away from us the qadr that could be harmful to us. Also, the Prophet ﷺ told us that there are things that also deals with qadr. Sadaqah, piety are also deal with qadr. The sadaqah and silat al-rahm, or have good ties with your kin, with your relatives, that also will interact with qadr. How? It will expand your rizq. It will increase your rizq. One, and the other thing is will extend your life. Life and rizq are part of the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Giving charity and being pious, it will expand your rizq and will expand your life as well. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the good life that will be dedicated to the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to avert away from us any harm, and keep us come to our prayers, and especially Friday prayer without interruptions. اللهم اقسم لنا من خشيتك ما تحول به بيننا وبين معصيتك، ومن طاعتك ما تبلغنا به جنتك، ومن اليقين ما تهون به علينا مصائب الدنيا، ومتعنا اللهم بأسماعنا وأبصارنا وقوتنا أبدا ما أحييتنا، واجعله الوارث منا، واجعل ثأرنا على من ظلمنا، ولا تجعل مصيبتنا في ديننا، ولا تجعل الدنيا أكبر همنا ولا مبلغ علمنا ولا إلى النار مصيرنا، ولا تسلط علينا بذنوبنا من لا يخافك ولا يرحمنا يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات، إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات يا رب العالمين. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي، يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله العظيم يذكركم، واشكروه على نعمه يزدكم، واستغفروه إنه هو الغفور